Hey there, my name's Matt, and in less than 5 years, I built my commercial cleaning business to over 7 figures, and it didn't take me any more than 10 hours per week to do it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you can get to $100,000 per month and beyond with your commercial cleaning business. The way we're gonna do this is we're gonna look at how we build a smart business. We're gonna use this acronym and unpack each thing so that you can build a multi-million-dollar company of your own. The first thing that we need to do to build a smart company is to systematize. And there's 3 main things that we need to systematize to lay the groundwork for getting to 7 figures and beyond. The first one is software. We need to actually use a management software that's designed for commercial cleaning services. Here are some examples. You've got Clean Smarts, Swept, Janitorial Manager, Team, when you have larger organizations of 100 or more and beyond. There are all kinds of different softwares out there. So go to Google, go search for commercial cleaning or janitorial management software. Do the free demos, check out their prices. That way you can know which one will work best for your scenario and your situation. Be sure to use it to the maximum ability. This software should be able to let you be able to do geofences so that people can't clock in or out without being on site. That way you don't get ripped off. It should also be able to help you with payroll and track everybody's hours. It should be downloadable as an app onto your team's phones so that you can put the instructions in for the facilities and your team can pull up what they need to do, where they need to do it at, and when they need to do it. These apps will also handle supply ordering and all kinds of things. They're going to make managing your commercial cleaning company far easier. So that's software. The next would be the supplies that are used inside of your commercial cleaning company. You want to have the most consistent and professional supplies and equipment available to your team and on site at each of your facilities. This way, quality is consistent. And if you need to make any changes, let's say, for example, floors are getting sticky, or a piece of equipment keeps breaking or going out of commission, then you can make the adjustments that you need because your supplies are consistent across the board. You can get a new one in place of that other one because it's clear that that specific one wasn't working well. Or you can adjust the mopping routine because the mop heads are the same, the mop handle's the same, the chemical's the same that you're using. You want to keep things consistent so you can control them and make sure that your quality is on point at all of your facilities. So if you haven't done so already, connect with a janitorial supplier in your area or even out of your area. Ask them what they recommend using for the scenarios that you are cleaning and for a consistent setup that you can use over and over again. The benefit of going through a janitorial supplier as well is their equipment is designed for commercial scenarios and they're very professional and they can actually help you maintain and advise on how to best use the equipment. So systematize your supplies and get consistent. Next will be expectations. This is what does your staff expect from you? What are the expectations for them inside of the facilities? What are the expected outcomes for the cleaning and how should it look, smell, and be experienced by your customer? What are the expected routines there to follow? You want to make sure that there's no deviations going on or as few as possible that's happening inside of these facilities. That way, no matter which person on your team goes to clean which building, they know the pattern to follow. They're using the same equipment with the same software that's guiding them so that the result can be very consistent across the board. If you have a really good team over here and a really suffering team over here, and they end up trading people or they end up swapping buildings or something has to move around because of scheduling, it can cause all kinds of problems. So you want your expectations to be systematized, which means they're consistent across the board and it's very clear what they need to do and they know it. And it's important to get all of these systems in place as soon as possible because this is what drives the result of the product or service that you're selling to your customers. If this is broken, if someone buys something from the store and it's broken, they're going to take it back and try to get their money back, right? You don't want that to be the case with your services. Whenever you systematize using software, using supplies, and the expectations, you're able to control the output of the product/service that you're providing to your customers. Think of yourself like a manufacturing facility. Even though you're providing services, you want whatever's being produced to be as consistent and reliable and dependable as possible and to have as few errors as possible. That way, when we move into these next steps and start growing, that's what is going to make sure we keep our growth and not lose all of our customers that we've worked so hard to build. Which leads into, now we need to actually market our business. Think about this. Let's compare this to investments. If you've ever looked at buying a house or buying a piece of real estate or investing in the stock market or crypto or whatever it is, you probably considered, what return am I going to get based on how much I put in? Now, think of your business this way. If you knew that you could invest $100 into marketing with your business and get back $1,000, would you do it? Would you do that other stuff? Would you invest in crypto or real estate or any of those others, which you don't know what's going to happen with them half the time? Would you invest in them if you knew you could get a 10x return pretty quickly through your own business? Your business is one of the strongest investments that you can make. You can also control it. You can't control what the stock market does unless you're the CEO of just one of the companies, but they're always heavily invested in that one company because they have control. So it's the same scenario here. We need to market our business and invest our time and our money into making it grow faster because it's going to put out more and more results. And because we systematized, our results are going to stick and they're going to be profitable. The first thing we need to do when marketing is we need to make sure that it's going to be meaningful. Now, there's two things to consider when making marketing meaningful. That is, the first is it needs to be targeted. It needs to be to who we want to work with. You don't want to attract or hunt down any facilities that aren't ideal customers for you. They're going to be unprofitable or they're just too small in order to build your business fast. And the second part of making your marketing meaningful is it needs to be meaningful to them. Don't just throw your stuff out there and just say cleaning services, lowest price, or anything like that. You want to appeal to their dream. What pains are they having and where do they ultimately want to end up with their cleaning services? So if you target the right facilities that you want that are going to be profitable, that are large enough, and you're speaking to the goal that they want to achieve with their cleaning services by not having to worry about it or getting out of the painful situation they're in right now or having a higher level of service, then it becomes meaningful and you win a meaningful amount of business by providing a meaningful commercial cleaning service to your clients. The second thing you got to do with your marketing after making it meaningful is we need to maximize inbound. What does that mean? That means that there are lots of people out there looking for commercial cleaning services right now, that are looking for janitorial services right now, looking for office cleaning services right now. We need to get in front of them. You need to get in front of them in order to grow your business. It changed our business whenever we started maximizing our inbound marketing online. So we put up Google ads, we did Google Business Profile, we did Yelp, we did all kinds of stuff to make sure that whenever someone typed into Google commercial cleaning service near me, we typically showed up at or near the top. So we were one of the top options. So people would call us first. There's a lot of credibility with that, and they're already hunting, so you can get results pretty quickly when you start showing up near the top. Now, the reason I mentioned Google ads and Yelp ads in there is because that's advertising. You're paying to show up early. So if you have a younger profile, even if you have an experienced business, or if you're just starting your commercial cleaning business right now, it may take some time for you to show up organically. So you can use ads to get results today, immediately, and start capturing all of those warm leads that are out there looking for your commercial cleaning services. And then the last major part of marketing our business here is we have to be sure that we have some sort of follow-up process in place. The nature of building your commercial cleaning business is customers take time to make decisions, right? You might put a quote in and have to wait 30 days before you get a yes or no answer. You might be visiting a facility or calling facilities and they might not be making any decisions for a month. So you have to be willing to follow up. And that leads back into the meaningful piece of the marketing. You got to go deep in this industry. You got to build relationships. You got to become familiar to everyone in your market that you want to do business with. And when you follow up with them, that builds that familiarity, it builds trust, it lets them know that you're eager to work with them, and it keeps you top of mind so that when they are ready, they will most likely at least give you the opportunity to come do a quote, or they'll actually let you get the business if you've been displaying more urgency than other companies. All right, so we've systematized, we're marketing our business. What do we do next? As we're growing with our system that is producing the right results and we're winning more customers and clients with marketing, we need to automate our cleaning company. To get your commercial cleaning company to $100,000 per month, 7 figures and beyond, there's 3 main things that we gotta automate. The first one is the cleaning itself. If you're out there cleaning, it is extremely unlikely that you'll ever be able to do enough work and enough management, enough oversight on top of cleaning to actually grow your company and systematize it and market it to the point that you want to be at. So we have to hire out all of the cleaning. Whether you use subcontractors, employees, family, friends, whatever you do, you cannot be the one that is cleaning every single day. You can choose to go out and clean with people to help build team and morale and culture and all those good things. But if your company depends on you to be the cleaner all the time, you're not going to reach $100,000 a month or 7 figures. The second thing that we need to automate is our office itself. We talked about having systematized through software. Well, that software is going to receive messages from your team. It's going to have all kinds of supply orders coming in. It's going to have scheduling that needs done. It's going to have invoices that need processed. You're going to have accounting that's got to happen. You cannot spend all of your time doing those things because that's going to take away from your ability to build your business. Those office tasks can be done by one of your cleaners or a group of cleaners, or you can have someone that comes into your office full time, or you can sub it out to a virtual assistant. Either way, those are things that don't require a high level of decision making. They're just standard tasks that got to get done, but they do take a lot of time. So you've got to find a way to automate your office. And the third major piece that we need to automate is quality control. Yes, we have the systems, we have a consistent service that we're providing like a product, but still things can fall through the cracks. Still, some cleaners may not do their job the way they need to do it, or there's a misunderstanding somewhere. You've got to have somebody or some way for those things to be caught and to be fixed before they cause any problems with your customers. Typically, you can have your most trusted cleaners help out with quality control and management, as well as inspections and things like that, or you can hire a manager to come in and do that. But quality control has to have somebody paying attention to it so that you can once again focus on building the business and on marketing and winning more facilities. So we're now systematizing, we're marketing, we're automating our business. What is next? The R in building a smart business is to relate. What does it mean to relate? It means to build those warm relationships and the affinity with people for your company so that they choose your company over all others. We're talking about customers, even team members, and the community around you. And here's why. With customers, obviously you want to keep them around a long time, right? We need to have a relationship with them. We need to meet with them periodically, have a communication and a dialogue about what's working right now, what's not working right now, what's the plan moving forward in order to resolve whatever it is, or what's the plan moving forward to keep improving services if there are no issues. And if there is a really tough situation with a customer where they're very upset, how do we handle that? How can we build the relationship and relate with each other to solve the problem? This way, you can keep your customers forever, if not as long as possible. When it comes to relating with our team, it's about focusing on what's our culture like? What do they expect from each other? What do they expect from me? How do they feel about working here? Would they choose to work somewhere else instead of here? And if you have more and more employees choosing to work here instead of other places, you don't have to worry about trying to keep them by throwing all kinds of money their way. So you're able to protect your profitability, and it saves a lot of time in your company because fewer and fewer people need to be hired to replace people that are leaving. So do things like company parties, like site visits, like inviting them to things and trying to get involved in the community together. That way you can build a culture that really cares about your company and the brand that you're building, and it becomes bigger than just your business. It becomes a thing of itself. It becomes a life of its own. Whenever you do all of this relating with your customers and your team, with your community that's around you, it builds a sense of purpose, and it helps your company elevate itself out of just being a cleaning business. It's a company that does cleaning, that cares about people, that people want to work with. Now we can move to the T of building a smart business, which is actually one of the highest investments you can ever make, and that is to train. There are multiple studies out there showing that anytime a company invests in training for its employees, improving the onboarding training and the continuing training, that the investment return is massive. So we've got 3 areas when you think about training in. We've got yourself, we've got the actual onboarding of new employees, and then we have continuing education, or some people just call it CE. So let's start with yourself. For you, it means what skills do you need to help market better or to sell better, to close more deals? What skills do you need to help manage better? How to make decisions and business-minded focuses within your company to help grow it even faster and to save it from any mistakes that you might be making along the way. So whatever you can do to invest, whether it's time or money or attention or anything, into growing your skills as the leader of your company is going to have a dramatic improvement on how fast your company can grow. When it comes to onboarding training, as we call it, that's for new employees that are coming into your system, that are coming into your company. They're going to get put out there in whatever buildings with whoever they're going to be cleaning with, or if they're cleaning alone. You want to be sure they're adhering to those systems, right? And everything that we had set up when we systematized our company. That training is designed to align them with that as fast as possible and to keep them from deviating from it at all. So a strong training program has a massive return on investment of time because it keeps you from having quality issues down the road, which those quality issues can cost you customers, which hurts our bottom line and the money that we can take home. So focus on building a fantastic training program for the employees coming into your business. It needs to have video, it needs to have a written portion, you need to be able to test them, you need to be able to sign off on them passing, you need to be able to do all kinds of things to make sure that they know what's important and that your team knows and you know that they're good to go once they're put out there and cleaning buildings on their own. And then we have the continuing education piece on training, and that is keeping our cleaners improving, teaching them new skills. Can we teach them how to do a strip and wax? Can we teach them how to do carpet cleaning or any hard floor care that's unique and special, or window cleaning? Things that give them a sense of improvement and progress along the way of personal growth and great experience with your company. So if you want to take your commercial cleaning business from 6 to 7 figures to $100,000 a month and beyond, I would focus on these right here, building a smart commercial cleaning business. Systematize it, market it, automate it, relate with people, and invest in training. When you follow this smart framework for building your commercial cleaning business, you're well on your way to going from 6 to 7 figures. And even if you are already in the 7 figures, it'll take you even beyond that. If you want more free stuff on how to build your commercial cleaning company, go to commercialcleaningsceo.com. My name's Matt. I built my commercial cleaning business to over 7 figures on less than 10 hours a week of effort, and I did it all within 5 years. So go check everything out. Love to help out. If you like this video, please punch that like button. Please subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. And until next time, keep building.